Kedua, adakah kerajaan mempunyai perancangan untuk meneroka sumber lain sebagai bahan api penerbangan mampan ataupun SAF selain daripada mikroalgae? Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat Krian. Manfaat yang didapati oleh syarikat tempatan Sarawak daripada industri mikroalgae semakin berkembang. Syarikat dan individu tempatan Sarawak boleh menyertai industri mikroalgae dengan satu, melabur dalam penanaman dan penuaian mikroalgae. Kedua, menceburi pengeluaran minyak algae mentah. Dan ketiga, membangunkan biojisim algae untuk pelbagai produk seperti makanan haiwan, produk nutraceutical dan pharmaceutical. Walau bagaimanapun, perlu ditekankan bahawa skala ekonomi yang sesuai untuk pelaburan projek adalah penting untuk menjadikannya berdaya maju dan lestari. Untuk soalan kedua, perancangan untuk meneroka sumber lain sebagai bahan api penerbangan mampan SAF ataupun Sustainable Aviation Fuel selain daripada mikroalgae sedang dijalankan oleh SEDC Energy dan Berhad dengan mengkaji dan meneroka sumber-sumber lain yang bersesuaian untuk tujuan pengeluaran bahan api penerbangan mampan SAF. Antara sumber yang boleh dijadikan pilihan ialah minyak masak terpakai, rumpai laut, sisa pertanian dan biojisim. Terima kasih.
Yang Berhormat Encik Si Chihau, Batu Lintang.
Thank you, Dato' Amar. Tan Sri Dato' Amar, Speaker. My question is number 6.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for member from Batu Lintang. For the information of the Honourable Member for Batu Lintang, as of April 2025, the overall progress of the Kuching Urban Transportation System, KUTS, Phase 1 project stands at 29.89%. That is the actual target, compared to 33.86 as planned, with a variance of -3.9%. The operations of KUTS Phase 1 will be carried out in stages, with the first section under the blue line from Rembus to Riveria, now anticipated to begin in the fourth quarter of 2026. This is later than the initially targeted date due to construction delays. The full operation of the entire KUTS Phase 1 project is expected to commence in 2028.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Minister. I have two supplementary questions. Number 1, where are the locations of the 8th grade and elevated ART stations within the Batu Lintang constituency? Along the ART route, my constituency is from Jalan Setia Raja, Jalan Wan Awi, through Batu Lintang to Sarawak General Hospital. Supplementary question number 2, how many transit signal priority TSP junctions are planned in the Batu Lintang area and where are they located? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, and thank you to member for Batu Lintang. The entire stretch of Jalan Wan Awi, which is within the constituency of Batu Lintang, is constructed as an elevated alignment or elevated lane with two elevated stations, one in front of Viva City Mega Mall and the other near Kuching Lodge School. Meanwhile, there are there will be one station located as SM12. SM means Semarahan Station. Batulintang in front of JKR Divisional Office with an elevated design for Batulintang area. As to the second question, there will be one transit signal priority TSP at Jalan Batulintang, located at the Jalan Bamfield, Jalan Batulintang traffic light junction near the Kuching waterboard. Thank you.
Yang Berhormat Datuk Pembangunan Dagang Bukit Bangunan.
Thank you, Tan Sri Dato' Mas Speaker. My question is number 7.
Question number 7.
Thank you, Tan Sri Speaker. For the information of the Honourable Member of Bukit Bangunan, Sarawak Government addressed poverty issues in the state in a holistically manner through various and a variety of programs implemented by different ministries, departments, agencies under each ministries, benefiting the poor directly or indirectly on short-term and also on long-term basis. Just to give a few examples of programs undertaken by the Sarawak government to tackle poverty issues. Number 1, micro capital assistance for small business ventures such as low-income family empowerment and bantuan Ketua Isi Rumah Wanita Sarawak or KIRWAS implemented by ministry. Cash assistance such as subsidi yuran pengasuhan dan pendidikan awal kanak-kanak, Endowment Fund Sarawak, bantuan ibu bersalin, also implemented by my ministry. Entrepreneurship such as Grant Usahawan Well Best, Grant Agropreneur Muda, and Scheme Credit at Micro Sarawak. Under Ministry of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, there is agriculture assistance such as agriculture development programs for various crops such as pepper, sago, rubber, oil palm, coconut, fruit trees, vegetables, and cash crops. Agro-food entrepreneur, aquaculture, industrial zones, fishery inputs, and monsoon season aid for fishermen, program bayaran allowance sara hidup nelayan darat, and agro-tourism. There is also skills training for women and ethnic minority under my ministry, housing assistance such as Kampong Extension Scheme, program pembaikan rumah rakyat miskin Sarawak, housing deposit assistance schemes, and Sarawak rental assistance scheme under Kementerian Kesihatan Awam, Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan. Educational assistance such as program bantuan pakaian seragam sekolah, perkhidmatan pengangkutan percuma pelajar sekolah, and program tuition sekolah menengah for SPM students under Yayasan Sarawak. Medical aid such as bantuan untuk pesakit buah pinggang, bantuan perubatan, bantuan alat tiruan ataupun alat sokongan di bawah kementerian saya.
Thank you, Dato' Sri Minister. Tan Sri Dato' Mas Speaker, I have two supplementary questions here. Number one, what are the efforts undertaken by the ministry to assist productive welfare recipients in increasing their income? And my question number two, how many of the poor receive monthly assistance from Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat Sarawak? Thank you.
Honourable Speaker, to answer the supplementary questions from ahli from Bukit Bangunan, efforts undertaken by the ministry to assist productive welfare recipients in increasing their income. The ministry, through Sarawak Social Welfare Department, provides a well-best entrepreneur grant up to a maximum amount of 5,000 ringgit. This one-off grant is mainly for productive monthly welfare aid recipients or household as a means to enable them to expand their business, increase their income, and consequently they can be out of the list of monthly aid recipients. A successful, well-based entrepreneur is defined as one who earns a net income or monthly sales exceeding 1,200 ringgit. As for the answer to the second supplementary question, for the information of the Honourable Member of Bukit Bangunan, the Sarawak government provides monthly financial assistance to the underprivileged from January to April 2025. A total of 45,240 low-income individuals in Sarawak received federal monthly aid based on the national poverty line income of 1,198 ringgit. Additionally, 9,944 low-income individuals benefited from the state general assistance based on the PGK 990. And the breakdown of assistance are as follows: 21,604 recipients for Bantuan Warga Emas, 6,580 for Bantuan Kanak-Kanak, 9,935 for Bantuan Am, 3,445 for allowance pekerja orang kurang upaya, 2,356 untuk penjagaan OKU, 11,230 bantuan OKU tidak berupaya bekerja, and 25 recipients of bantuan anak pelihara. Thank you.
Yang Berhormat Datuk Dini Sengau telah usang.
Pertama Speaker, foremost, very good morning to you, sir. My question is number 8. Thank you.
Terima kasih Pertama Speaker, dan terima kasih Yang Berhormat bagi telangusan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Untuk menjawab soalan dari Yang Berhormat bagi telangusan, untuk makluman ahli Yang Berhormat bagi telangusan, Kerajaan Sarawak telah menandatangani 4 surat perjanjian persetujuan projek bersama International Tropical Timber Organisation (ITTO), iaitu 2 projek pada 20 Mac 2023 dan 2 lagi pada 9 September 2024. 3 daripada projek ini terletak di Ulu Baram, manakala 1 lagi di Sungai Menyan, Lubuk Hantu. Semasa mesyuarat jawatankuasa pemandu tarikh yang bertarikh pada 10 Oktober 2024 yang dipengerusikan oleh pengarah Jabatan Hutan Sarawak, hanya 1 sahaja projek Baram Project Area Projek UBFA yang melibatkan Bruno Mansa Ponds BMF, iaitu Management of Baram for conservation and sustainable development with involvement of local communities telah ditamatkan. Penamatan projek tersebut adalah wajar kerana pertama, Bruno Mangsa Pond yang berpekalan di Switzerland tidak memenuhi syarat yang ditetapkan oleh Kerajaan Sarawak, di mana mereka memberi penekanan dan dengan bertegas pada satu kaum sahaja, iaitu kaum Penan. Sedangkan terdapat komuniti-komuniti lain seperti kaum Kayan, Kelabit dan Saban yang juga mempunyai kepentingan yang sama di kawasan tersebut. Jadi sekiranya perkara ini tidak dibendung lebih awal, ini akan memecah belah keharmonian komuniti di kawasan tersebut. Kedua, BMF hanya menjadikan kawasan tersebut sebagai purely conservation area bagi kelangsungan hidup untuk kaum Penan. Sedangkan sudah ada TPA ataupun kawasan terlindung sepenuhnya yang berhampiran. Dan ketiga, penamatan projek juga telah dipersetujukan oleh ITTO. Tindakan menamatkan projek ini tidak akan menjejaskan kelangsungan hidup komuniti di kawasan tersebut, termasuk komuniti Penan, memandangkan banyak projek dan program untuk meningkatkan taraf hidup yang telah dan akan dilaksanakan oleh Jabatan Hutan, Kementerian, jabatan-jabatan dan agensi-agensi kerajaan yang lain di dalam pelbagai bidang. Untuk makluman, sejak tahun 1992, Jabatan Hutan Sarawak tidak pernah menamatkan projek yang telah ditandatangani dengan itu kecuali projek ini. Sekian, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Timbalan Menteri. Tan Sri Utama Speaker, izinkan saya membuat dua soalan tambahan. Satu, berapa banyak projek ITTO yang telah dilaksanakan di Sarawak setakat ini dan jumlah tajaan ITTO tersebut? Soalan kedua, if I may, Tan Sri Speaker, apakah projek baharu yang ditandatangani dengan ITTO? Thank you, Tan Sri Speaker.
Terima kasih sekali lagi Yang Berhormat Ketua Ama Speaker, dan terima kasih Yang Berhormat bagi Telanggusan. Untuk soalan nombor 1, setakat ini kerajaan melalui Jabatan Hutan Sarawak telah bekerjasama dengan itu untuk 16 projek sejak 1992, iaitu 33 tahun yang lalu, berjumlah 68.8 juta. Ini termasuklah projek-projek di bawah jalinan kerjasama kerajaan persekutuan, dan itu yang dilaksanakan oleh Jabatan Hutan Sarawak. Dan untuk soalan kedua, kerajaan Sarawak melalui Jabatan Hutan juga akan menjalankan 2 lagi projek baharu bersama itu yang dijadualkan untuk dilaksanakan bermula pada tahun ini, yang bertempat di 1. Sungai Menyan Batang Air dengan jumlah peruntukan sebanyak 1.12 juta dari Amerika Syarikat dan Australia untuk wildlife and human conflicts, restoration, tour guide, ecotourism, capacity building yang melibatkan 7 buah rumah panjang. Dan kedua, Apa Baram dengan jumlah peruntukan sebanyak RM645,000 dari kerajaan Jepun melalui itu yang meneruskan projek yang sedia ada yang bakal tamat pada Mac 2026 untuk community based conservation and natural solution for climate change. Kerajaan Sarawak melalui Jabatan Hutan tidak mempunyai masalah untuk bekerjasama dengan mana-mana NGO, sama ada dari dalam atau di luar negara, selagi mereka tidak mempunyai agenda yang bertentangan dengan polisi kerajaan negeri ataupun kerajaan persekutuan. Terima kasih.
Yang Berhormat Datuk Poros Gombang, Batu Danau.
Terima kasih Tan Sri Speaker Sir, selamat pagi. Soalan saya nombor 9.
Terima kasih Tan Sri Speaker, terima kasih Yang Berhormat bagi kawasan Batu Danau. Untuk makluman Yang Berhormat, ahli Yang Berhormat bagi Batu Danau, pihak kementerian telah mengenal pasti 11 kawasan dengan jumlah keluasan 4,264 hektar yang berpotensi untuk penanaman padi secara moden dan komersial di bahagian Limbang. Daripada 11 kawasan tersebut, 6 kawasan berjumlah 2,734 hektar terletak di bahagian Limbang adalah seperti berikut: Kampung Pendam, Telahak, Maritam, Lubuk Piasau, Merasam dan Ulak. Bagi di kawasan yang berjumlah 1,300 hektar, 30 hektar yang terletak di daerah lawas pula adalah seperti berikut: Skim Sundar, Merapuk Ulu dan Laut, Tanjung Katong, Terusan, Long Semaduk dan Bakalalan. Sekian, terima kasih.
Terima kasih Timbalan Puteri. Tan Sri Speaker, saya ada 2 soalan tambahan. Yang pertama ialah berapakah keluasan kawasan yang telah diwarta untuk penanaman padi di daerah Limbang dan Lawas? Dan yang kedua, apakah status pelaksanaan projek pembangunan industri padi dan beras di daerah Limbang? Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat bagi Batu Danau. Untuk soalan pertama, untuk makluman Yang Berhormat, terdapat 2 kawasan di daerah Limbang dan Lawas yang telah diwartakan sebagai kawasan penanam padi, yaitu kawasan Kampung Pandam, Limbang dengan keluasan 809 hektar dan kawasan Sundar Lawas dengan keluasan 300 hektar. Bagi soalan tambahan nombor 2 pula, bagi kawasan yang telah diwartakan, yaitu kawasan Pandam, Jabatan Pengairan dan Saliran Sarawak sedang dalam peringkat penyediaan dokumen tender untuk pelantikan perunding ukur Light Detection and Ranging LIDAR. Kerja ukur tersebut dijangka selesai pada penghujung tahun ini ataupun suku keempat 2025. Bagi kawasan NCR, Kementerian telah mencadangkan bajet kepada kerajaan negeri dan persekutuan untuk pembangunan infrastruktur di bawah RMK 13. Sekian, terima kasih.
Yang Berhormat Jelipang, Tanjung Batu.
Tan Sri Dr. Amar Speaker, my question is number 10.
Thank you, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker. Thank you, Ahli Yang Berhormat for Tanjung Batu. For the informations of Ahli Yang Berhormat for Tanjung Batu, the Ministry is in the process of formulating a comprehensive Sarawak Port Master Plan aimed at providing a strategic direction for port development across the state, in line with the policy of clustered growth in the northern, central and southern region. A port advisor and a task force have been appointed to lead the development of this master plan, which involve gathering input from key stakeholders, benchmarking against international best practices, and ensuring Sarawak ports are well positioned to drive long-term economic development and enhance regional competitiveness. The master plan will outline strategic initiatives and development priorities upon its completion, and will be aligned with the roles of the forthcoming Sarawak Port Authority, which aims to streamline port governance by consolidating the functions of existing port authorities under a single centralized entity. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker and Deputy Minister. I have two supplementary questions. Number one, how is the Ministry ensuring that the new port master plan meets the needs of all major ports in Sarawak? Number two, what will be the function of the new Sarawak Ports Authority under the master plan?
Thank you, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker. Thank you, Ahli Yang Berhormat, for Tanjung Batu for your two supplementary questions. The Ministry will engage closely with key stakeholders, including state agencies, existing port authorities, the terminal operator, and industry players to ensure the master plan reflects the unique role and requirement of each port. This engagement, along with data analysis and site assessment, will have tailored development strategies that are both locally responsive and regionally competitive. To answer the second supplementary question, the new Sarawak Port Authority SARPA will serve as the central regulatory body and for all ports in the state, replacing the current individual port authorities. SARPA will have ownership of the Sarawak Port Master Plan and have responsibility for policy making, the regulation, and to harmonize development efforts and ensuring consistent governance, efficiency, and align with Sarawak long-term economic goal. Thank you.
Yang Berhormat Encik Jurikal Rayong Angkeli.
Dato' Amar Speaker, soalan saya nomor 11. Thank you, Tan Speaker. In view of the same subject matter raised by both Yang Berhormat Puan Kili in question number 11, as well as Yang Berhormat for Lingga, question number 50, I would like to answer both questions concurrently. For the information of Ahli Yang Berhormat Puan Kili and Lingga, the reciprocal tariff announced by the United States or US has disrupted the global supply chain and production. However, the direct impact of the US reciprocal tariff on the Sarawak economy is still limited. Sarawak export to the US amounted to RM 1.2 billion in 2023. This total exports only contributed 0.9% to Sarawak total export, with the main product being ferroalloy. For the information of ahli-ahli yang berhormat, Sarawak main export consists of liquefied natural gas, LNG, petroleum, palm oil, and aluminium. The export amounted to RM 102.6 billion in 2023, which contributed to 78.4% to Sarawak total export. Our main export market is Asia, which contributed to 73.4% to the overall export market. As such, this new tariff is expected to have minimal direct impact on Sarawak. Nonetheless, Sarawak will continue to refine our economic policies by adapting to global trade dynamics in line with proactive measures taken by the federal government to address the impact of this reciprocal tariff. These measures include 1. Strengthening trade partnership, 2. Diversifying export markets while also enhancing supply chain resilience, 3. Investing in strategic industry, and 4. Exploring bilateral trade agreements to safeguard economic stability. In order to further assess the impact of this tariff, the federal government has established the National Geo-Economic Command Center, NGCC, which will formulate a comprehensive strategy to mitigate their impact on the economy and key industry. Malaysia will continue the strategic high-level engagement with the U.S. counterpart. Malaysia government through MITI will leverage the Malaysia-US Trade and Investment Framework Agreement, TIPA, to address the impact of the current US tariff. Sarawak will continue to capitalize on our strengths and foster deeper partnership to enhance resilience and sustain growth despite market uncertainties. Thank you.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat Datuk Tamalan Menteri Dr. Ketua jawapan yang begitu mendalam dan jelas sekali. Yang Berhormat Datuk Tan Sri Dato' Speaker, I have two supplementary questions. How will these reciprocal tariffs affect Sarawak trade relation with countries in Asia? 2. How will the new tariff affect Sarawak's major exports, such as palm oil, natural gas, and petroleum? Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri Speaker. Thank you, Yang Berhormat Puan Pili. For supplementary question number 1, this reciprocal tariff is expected to have minimal impact on Sarawak trade relations with key Asian partners including India, China, Japan, and South Korea. These countries remain our major trading partners. The trade continues to be strengthened through various free trade agreements or FTA. Sarawak will utilize these PTAs to diversify and broaden our export market. In addition, Malaysia, as the chairman of ASEAN, will work collaboratively to strengthen Asian influence in the negotiation with the US or United States. Malaysia will address the broader implication of these US tariff measures on regional trade and investment flow. Discussion will focus on charting a way forward and mitigating potential disruption to regional trade, supply chain, and cross-border investment. For supplementary question number 2, the new tariff introduced by the United States against Malaysia have limited impact on the economy of Sarawak, primarily due to the export destination of our key commodities, namely 1, LNG is predominantly directed to Japan and China. 2, palm oil is mainly exported to China and India. And 3, petroleum exports are largely concentrated in Peninsular Malaysia, Asia, and Thailand. So as a result, Sarawak trade flows remain resilient, supported by its trade relations, which are more focused on other countries. Thank you.
Yang Berhormat Encik Iskandar bin Turki, Jepang.
Amal Speaker, hari gawai bakal tiba, minum tuak dalam gelas. Sidang DUN sudah tiba. Soalan saya nombor 13.
Terima kasih Tan Sri Dato' Amal Speaker. Thank you very much Yang Berhormat for Jepak. The question is asking where will be this Yayasan Sarawak International School to be built in Bintulu. I would like to congratulate Jepak because it will be built at the Jepak New Township. Thank you very much.
Timbalan Menteri, saya ada dua soalan tambahan. Pertama, apakah pencapaian pelajar di Yayasan Sarawak International Secondary School dalam peperiksaan antarabangsa seperti ujian Cambridge Checkpoint? Soalan kedua, bagaimanakah kerajaan merancang untuk memastikan kelestarian dan kualiti pendidikan di Yayasan Sarawak International Secondary School yang akan dibina di Bintulu? Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat dari Jepak. To answer this question, Tan Sri Dato' Amal Speaker, first of all, we must know that the syllabus for this international school consists of year 7 till year 11. There will be a checkpoint exam at year 9. In other words, it's similar to Form 3, whereas in our national syllabus, we do not have any exam. For the international school run by the Yayasan, it will have what we call as a checkpoint exam. This checkpoint examination is very important. Number one, because it will compare peers to peers not only locally, but it is an international examination. Therefore, it will also compare us with our other international students. This examination consists of 3 subjects: mathematics, science, and English. And it's been assessed throughout according to the topics of the subjects, not only the subjects, but based on each individual topics within that subject. And the score is given from 1 to 50. And I would like to share you with a very good news among the first cohort of our students who sit for this exam last year. They have managed to get, all of them have managed to get above international average. In other words, they are better off than many of our international students who sat for this examination. This is very important because we know that these students are above other international students. So in other words, what we are doing now is in the right path for our students in Sarawak. For the second question, asking about sustainability and the quality of this syllabus. As we know that this syllabus is under International General Certificate of Secondary Education, which is run by Cambridge. In other words, it does not been affected by any form of changes of the policy by the national system, because it is an international syllabus. Whoever changed the national syllabus will not affect our international students who are in this school. Therefore, I can assure you, with this form of sustainability as well as the quality will be assured by our IGCSE. And also, we also ask Cambridge University periodically or berkala to assess the standard of our students. Therefore, it is a very comprehensive form of syllabus which will make sure that it will not be affected by any changes of national policy as long as it is based on IGCSE. Thank you very much.
question time is up.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama Supplementary Supply 2024 Bill 2025 Minister for Finance and New Economy 2.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I beg to introduce the Supplementary Supply 2024 Bill 2025 to be read the first time.
Supplementary Supply 2024 Bill 2025 Minister for Finance and New Economy 2.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I beg to give notice that the Supplementary Supply 2024 Bill 2025 to be read the second time on Thursday, 22nd May 2025.
Honorable Muhammad, the second reading, committee stage and third reading of the Supplementary Supply 2024 Bill 2025 is set on Thursday, 22nd May 2025.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama Supplementary Supply 2025 Bill 2025 Minister for Finance and New Economy 2.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I beg to introduce the Supplementary Supply 2025 Bill 2025 to be read the first time.
Supplementary Supply 2025 Bill 2025 Minister for Finance and New Economy 2.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I beg to give notice that the Supplementary Supply Bill 2025 Bill 2025 will be read the second time on Thursday, 22nd May 2025.
Honorable Muhammad, the second reading, committee stage, third reading of Supplementary Supply 2025 Bill 2025 is set on Thursday, 22nd May 2025.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Amendment Bill 2025 Minister for Education, Innovation and Talent Development.
Pertama Speaker, I beg to introduce a bill entitled the Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Amendment Bill 2025 to be read the first time.
Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Amendment Bill 2025 Minister for Education, Innovation and Talent Development.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I wish to give notice that this amendment bill will be read a second time today, the 20th of May 2025.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama Land Court Amendment Bill 2025 Deputy Premier, Second Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development.
Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I beg to introduce the Land Court Amendment Bill 2025 be read for the first time.
Land Court Amendment Bill 2025 Deputy Premier, Second Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development.
And I wish to give notice that this bill would be read a second time today.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama Local Authorities Amendment Bill 2025 Deputy Premier, Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I beg to introduce the Local Authorities Amendment Bill 2025 be read a first time.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama, Local Authorities Amendment Bill 2025, Minister, Deputy Premier, Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I wish to give notice that this bill will be read a second time today.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Pertama, Infrastructure Development Trust Fund Dissolution Bill 2025, Deputy Premier, Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development.
Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, I beg to introduce the Infrastructure Development Trust Fund Dissolution Bill 2025 to be read a first time.
Infrastructure Development Trust Fund Dissolution Bill 2025, Deputy Premier, Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development.
Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, I wish to give notice that this bill be read a second time on Wednesday, 21st May 2025.
Yang Berhormat, the second reading, committee stage, and third reading of the Infrastructure Development Trust Fund Dissolution Bill 2025 is set tomorrow, Wednesday, 21st May 2025.
Rang Undang-Undang Kerajaan Bacaan Kali yang Kedua, Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Amendment Bill 2025, Minister for Education, Innovation and Talent Development.
Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, I beg to move the Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Amendment Bill 2025 to be read a second time. Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, Sarawak was the first in Malaysia to enact a biodiversity law named the Sarawak Biodiversity Centre Ordinance 1997, hereinafter referred to as the Ordinance, to safeguard Sarawak's rich biodiversity. The Ordinance was first amended in 2003 to streamline Sarawak's Biodiversity Centre or SBC core functions towards implementing traditional knowledge, documentation, bioprospecting, and regulatory biodiversity research. Following Malaysia's adoption of the Nagoya Protocol on Access and Benefits Sharing, or ABS, on the 29th of October 2010, which came into force on the 12th of October 2014, the Sarawak government further amended the ordinance in 2014 to harmonize it with the Nagoya Protocol on ABS. The 2014 amendment incorporated provisions that mandate prior informed consent, PIC, and ensure benefit sharing with Sarawak's indigenous communities for R&D, research and development, and commercialization initiatives. A review of the ordinance was done in 2022, which identified areas requiring refinement to enhance commercialization opportunities, intellectual property protection, and uniformity with national biodiversity laws. And under the access to biological resources and Benefit Sharing Act 2017, that's Act 795, which was passed by the Malaysian Parliament on the 9th of October 2017 and came into force on the 18th of December 2020. Since the amendments to the ordinance in 2004 and 2014, SBC has made significant progress in several areas, namely A. Traditional knowledge documentation. SBC has documented numerous traditional knowledge of 26 communities from 121 locations in Sarawak, ensuring the preservation and recognition of their cultural heritage. There are over 40 communities and sub-ethnic groups in Sarawak. R&D and bioprospecting initiatives. B. SPC has enhanced its R&D capabilities, resulting in several successful collaborations with national and international research institutions, namely the know-how to develop research to be industry relevant and commercial ready, and C. Access and benefit sharing, ABS mechanisms. The implementation of ABS mechanisms has ensured that benefits derived from the use of biological resources associated with traditional knowledge are fairly shared with the natives of Sarawak. Additionally, blockchain technology is used to enhance ABS traceability, transparency, and immutable tracking of biological resources with traditional knowledge that are commercialized, thereby building trust and compliance among all stakeholders. This amendment bill will strengthen Sarawak's position in biodiversity governance, reinforces state rights, and enable economic opportunities through sustainable resource management. Now, Dr. Omar, Speaker, I wish to go into the salient points of the amendment bill. This amendment bill introduces provisions in realizing commercialization of Sarawak's biological resources and SBC research and development, as well as uniformity with national laws and harmonization with international protocols. Firstly, on the new and updated definitions. This amendment introduces a new definition of microorganism to include viruses, viroids, and sterile organisms. B, a revised definition of minister to reflect the minister responsible for the Sarawak Biodiversity Center. And C, the inclusion of native to have the same meaning assigned to it under the Interpretation Ordinance 2005, Chapter 61. And B, we want to expand the purpose of the Sarawak Biodiversity Center. In synchronizing the functions of the Center with the powers of the Council, an additional purpose is added, which is providing facilities for commercial or any other purposes incidental to the powers of the Council. And thereby we go to C, which is enhancing the powers of the Council. Section 6 of the Ordinance on Powers of the Council is enhanced with new provisions that, among others, empowers the Council to apply for external funding, to own and commercialize intellectual property rights, or to license its use for commercial and non-commercial purposes, and to provide or develop facilities for research and development for scientific, commercial, and any other purposes incidental thereto. Section 6A empowers the Council to incorporate companies and subsidiaries for commercialization of research outcomes. The Biodiversity Center Fund is expanded with this amendment to include monetary benefits obtained from a benefit sharing agreement. The other important point is enhancement of penalty and enforcement provisions. Mr. Speaker, apart from the amendments above mentioned, this bill also provides for increased penalties for offences committed under the ordinance. The amendment to Section 22, for example, increases the penalty for the collection or removal of any protected resources from their habitat for research and development purposes without permit from the Council to a fine of not less than 50,000 ringgit and not exceeding 500,000 ringgit, or to imprisonment for a term of not less than 2 years and not exceeding 10 years, or both. These are for individual offenders. In the case of a body corporate, a fine of not less than 1 million ringgit. This ringgit or Malaysian ringgit na. And not exceeding 5 million ringgit. With regard to the enforcement provisions, the powers of seizure and arrest are enhanced by allowing the disposal and temporary release of anything seized under the ordinance by the Chief Executive Officer and the release of any person arrested under the ordinance or regulations on a personal bond. Then there is the financial penalty provisions. A new section 33A on financial penalty is included in this bill, where the Council may impose a financial penalty of up to 20 million ringgit for any breach or non-compliance. For repeated offenders or offences, the penalty increases tenfold. Any unpaid financial penalty may be recovered as a civil debt, where the court may impose additional late payment penalties of up to twice the unpaid amount, along with cost of recovery, and all financial penalties collected will be deposited into the state consolidated fund. Other features of the bill are as stated in the explanatory notes or statement to the bill, which our honorable members of this august House may refer to. Tan Sri Dato' Amir Speaker, Sarawak's rich biodiversity presents untapped economic opportunities in pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, and cosmetical sectors, and the bioindustry. The amendment ensures stronger commercialization mechanisms through SBC, uniformity with national laws, and harmonization with international protocols, reinforcing Sarawak's leadership in biodiversity governance. By strengthening the ordinance, this amendment bill empowers Sarawak to harness its rich biological resources, ensuring scientific progress translates into economic benefits through commercial ventures. And in conclusion, sir, the amendment is timely and necessary to ensure Sarawak's biodiversity governance remains effective, sustainable, and economically viable. Tan Sri Dato' Amir Speaker, for the reasons which I have mentioned, I therefore urge all honorable members of this august House to fully support this amendment bill, and therefore I beg to move.
Any honorable minister to second.
Mr. Speaker, sir,
Second. Ali Muhammad, before I call the members to participate on the debate of the bill, we have a short adjournment. Sitting resumes at 11 a.m.